Good evening, everyone. Good evening, performing individuals or school heads for the 2026 student. How are you doing? Kumusta po ang Holy Week natin? Ating holidays. Good evening. Naririnig niyo ako kasi kanina sa klase ko sa isa ay hindi ko naririnig. Naririnig po ba ako? Thank you. Sana, no, hindi ako mahulog. Okay, nakapasok na ba lahat? Ready na ba? Ready na ba ang mga top performing school heads across the globe? Okay, good evening sa ating nandito sa loob at nandyan sa Facebook Live. We are live, so make the most of your intelligence and wisdom in answering the simple Kahoot game. Dami na, no? We have 30. Kapit-kapit sa signal, now we proceed to item 1. Pabilisan ng tanong, pabilisan ng pagsagot. Click immediately the answer. What is the primary focus of transformational leadership? Go! Make your answer. The answer is red. Inspiring change from the term transformational is change. D is the first placer followed by P. Ano ba mga pangalan ninyo? RN, Annalyn, and Rose. Congratulations to our top 5. We proceed to the next question. Which component is not a part of a transformational leader? Go! Yellow is the answer of autocratic. Autocratic control. D, 1-8. RN, 1-8. Annalyn, 1-8. Wow. Ang bilis pumasok. Rose and Ming. Congratulations, you're the top 5. Question 3, transactional leadership mainly uses what to motivate? Empathy, inspiration, rewards, or collaboration? Transactional leaders. Tapos na natin itong na-discuss, no? The answer is blue. Rewards and penalties for transactional. P, first place. Zan, welcome. Baby Adui. D and RN, you are on the top 5 list. Question 4, which leadership style prioritizes followers' needs? The followers' needs. And the answer is red. Servant leadership. You are correct, no? Servant leadership. Baby Adui first. Zan second. Z, welcome. 2-7. And Ma'am Annalyn, welcome. 2-7. And P on the scoreboard. We go to number 5. Democratic leadership encourages what among team members? This. Two more. Sige pa. Wala na. Yellow, open communication for Democrats. Okay, Democratic. Baby Adui 4-3, Zan 4-3, Z 3-6, ang layo na. Annalyn 3-6, Rose 3-6. Ma'am Rina, you're the highest climber. Okay. Autocratic leadership is characterized by, go. Our answer is yellow, unilateral or one-time decision. Zan 5-1, Z 4-6, Annalyn 4-5, C16, welcome to the scoreboard, and P 4-5. Question 7, Liza Flair, leadership tested among highly skilled. 14 got answer. Zan, Annalyn, Baby Adui, Lean, welcome to the scoreboard, and Z. Okay, Question 8. Which leadership style fosters creativity and innovation? Answer red, democratic leadership. 8 got the correct answer. Zan, Z, Annalyn, Rose, and Baby Edwin. What is the potential drawback of leadership? Autocratic leadership. Drawback. Blue. Okay. Of course, reducing creativity for autocratic. Zan, Z, Annalyn, Rose, Yog, you are now on the scoreboard. Congratulations. 10. Which leadership style uses reward and punishment? Kanina to. Ulit lang ang tanong. Yes, 23. Category answer, transactional. Zan, Z, Annalyn, Rose, and Yog, you're on the top 5. Individualized consideration in transformational leadership means adapting to the needs. Okay, adapting to the needs. Zan with a straight 11 correct answer. Z, Annalyn, Rose, and Yog. Servant leadership emphasizes what in education? Follower development, strict discipline, leaders, authority, increase on. A followers development. Z, Zan, Annalyn, Rose, and Young still on the scoreboard. Which leadership style involves minimal leader intervention? Okay, the come what may theory or type of leadership. Green is the answer. Za, Zan, Yog, P, and Annalyn. Transformational leaders inspired by setting clear vision. Z, Zan, P, Annalyn, and Rose. Next, which leadership style is best for urgent decisions? Autocratic, no? The decision will come from only one person. Z, P, Zan, Annalyn, and Rose. Democratic leadership promotes what kind of environment? Yes, of course, a collaborative environment where everyone is given a voice. What is a key feature of transactional leadership? Nine, clear expectations. Clear expectation. 18, which leadership style encourages its student autonomy? Hala, only for category cancer. Autonomy. Yan. Z. Annalyn Yog Pizan. Inspirational motivation involves setting of high goals. 31. Here are the names on the scoreboard. Which leadership style values empathy and listening? A servant leadership's the answer. C. Annalyn Yog, P. Ezan. What is the limitation of license fair? Lack of direction. Okay. Next, which leadership style best supports innovation? Transformation. Annalyn. Wow, Ma'am Annalyn, you're now the first ZP, RN, and Rose. Autocratic leadership is effective when okay, quick decisions needed. 24. Which leadership style fosters a positive school culture? Go. Transformational leadership. Annalyn, PZ, Rose, and RN. What does idealize influence? Idealize influence mean? A. Leader as a role model. Annalyn, ZP, Rose, 616. Which leadership style uses group discussions for decision? Yellow, democratic. Okay, habol-habol, last three questions. What is the key benefit of servant leadership? Followers growth. 28. Which leadership style best suit for highly motivated students? Highly motivated students. Nice is there. Wow, we have new names now on the scoreboards. For the last question, what is common effect of transactional leadership? And the answer is 8. Efficient task completion. Hala, bilis naman ng ating scoreboard. The fourth place winner, fifth place is Baek, fourth is Yog, third is C16, second is Ma'am Annalyn, and the champion is Z. Sino ulit si Z? Who is Z? Sino si Z? Andito ba sa GC si Z? O walang umaamin? Siguro nasa... Who is Z? Ma'am Rosana? O was Z? Congrats Z. Malihim masyado itong champion natin. Bahala ka kung ikaw nagsasarili nagse-celebrate. Ayaw mo naman ipaalam. Ha? Meron na? Si Z daw ay, hindi naman daw si Ma'am Rose. Dito ba sa GC? Ma'am Cathy, are you the Z? Hindi rin. Sino siya? Mahiwaga. Mas lalo daw. Kayang-kaya yan, ma'am. Leadership lang yan. So, kayang-kaya niyong i-digest ang transformational, pagbabago. Yan. Servant, pag bibigay sa sarili. Lysosphere, walang pakialam. Bahala na kayo, system. Yan. Autocratic ay solong-solo. Nakikita niyo yung score natin kagabi. Okay? We don't have 100% scores. However, we have the top performer from Negros Island region. Is he or she around Palum with a score of 96.67? 93.33, we have two, Regina Pablo of Region 2 and Ma'am Miriam Chato of Bohol, Region 7. Then, 86.67, we have two Zandi of Capiz, Region 6 and Biol of Bukidnon, Region 10. 80%, we have four, Angelo of Region 2, Sin of Region 1, Arceli, Ma'am Arceli, wow, of Region 12. Another 80 is Bob of South Cotabato, Region 12. Congratulations for the score of 76.67. We have from Eastern Samar, Region 8, Sir Dandy. Then Ma'am Rona of Himaylan City, Negros Island Region. Sir Ford Cortez of Region 2. Sir Leomar Credo of Northern Samar, Region 8. Then 76.67, Ma'am Naililet Alcomendras of Zamboanga, Region 9. P of P, ano yan? Walang Region P 73.33 is Jordan Langido of Isabela, Region 2. Another 73 is Jurs of NCR Caloocan. Still passing is 70 because the passing score should be 65. Okay. 70 is pass. Ma'am Delia of Region 7, Louis J. of Region 8, Yuna of Region 5, Ma'am Aida of Region 1, Leo of Cagayan Valley from Quirino, Ginalyn Mostrales of Region 12, Ma'am Karina of Region 12, JM of Region 8, LV of Leyte, Region 8, Jess of Abra, Car, Ma'am Gemma of Mimaropa, congratulations. Still pass is Ma'am Ana Ruby Escala of Negros, Ma'am Lon of 4A, Ma'am Lilibet Reyes Paz, Nueva Ecija, Ma'am Eloisa of Cotabato Region 12, Herminito Ronato Jr. of Region 8, Marjo Valiente of Region 2, Baby Ade of Calabarzon, Ma'am Miriam of Region 2, Ma'am Raslin of Region 9, Ma'am Rosana of Region 8, Marilyn, nakulangan ng isang points lang, no? However, you are still good because you are at the top 50. Yan. Once again, congratulations to everyone. As promised, we will discuss the result or the discussions on this item. Saan na to? And please share because your voice matters. Okay. Hindi naman natin alam kung anong answer key. Lagi kong sinasabi yan. So you'll come to decide among yourselves and among you, no, the final scores because this is solo based model. Hot solo meaning every item has a score points. Okay. The first question is, as a principal, you are reviewing the adherence to debit guidelines on the rationalization of teachers. Ah, ayo, excited naman ako. Sige. Wait lang, hindi pa pala naipakita. Nakita na? Okay. Diyan, no? As a principal, you are reviewing the adherence to DepEd guidelines on the rationalization of teachers' workload in your school. According to the Magna Carta of Public School Teachers, classroom teaching hours for teachers are regulated to ensure a balanced workload even before. No, under standard conditions, what is the minimum or the maximum number of hours that teachers can be required to engage in actual classroom teaching each day, and what provisions are made for any additional hours beyond that standard limit? Okay, majority of you got the correct answer. It should only be 6 hours of actual classroom. But they may be required to teach up to 8 hours in case. But it should be with pay, no? Yung with pay na siya. O dalawa ang pagpipilian ni teacher. It can be service credit or with pay. Yan. Pero sana natutupad ito, no? Kasi ito naman yung promise ni secretary natin that every rendered hours beyond the actual classroom should be given, no, remunerations. And actually, it's true. Merong fund yearly na dumadating sa regional office regarding the payment for excess, no? Ang tawag dito sa excess payment, ang tawag na dito, yung excess payment natin because of work overload. May tawag tayo dun eh. Ha? Overtime pay, yes, meron. Merong dumarating yearly na nagagalit na nga si director dahil hindi nagagamit yun. Kasi ang laki ata ng requirements na hinihingi din ng COA regarding this. Ang dami nilang hinihinging requirements to satisfy. Huwag naman sanang sobra, no? Kasi pera naman yan, nandyan na eh, meron na siyang fund. Binabalik lang sa treasury because nobody from the schools are actually submitting. Meron bang nagsasubmit sa mga schools regarding the excess payment of overtime pay? Wala ata kasi. Wala kasing nagsasubmit. But actually, there's a yearly downloaded fund for this. Nagulat nga din ako ng present ng finance. Ha, may pay. Meron talaga palang naka-allot, no, for overtime pay. In a scenario where teacher is assigned additional teaching duties due to sudden increase in student enrollment, what parameters should you as a principal consider to ensure the fair compensation of teaching overload as per with that DepEd guidelines. Sana hindi mawala itong DepEd guidelines because that's the DepEd order during the time of Secretary na Angara, no? Ito ang totoo, the extra teaching load should be fairly distributed among all teachers and the overload shall be calculated with a minimum of 25% of the teacher's regular remuneration. You please read this DepEd order para ma-guidean kayo actually kasi nakikita ko yung mga answers niyo, yung mga answers pa ni Kopong-Kopong, no? There's a basis already for this. Part ito ng negotiations with your plea regarding the overtime of teachers because of too many loads, because of high-rise numbers of enrollment. Kasama ito yung deloading of teachers on their administrative load. Basahin niyo yun. Okay? A teacher in your school has been assigned with various ancillary tasks, including class advising duties, organizing remedial classes. According to DepEd order, how should you manage the teacher's workload to ensure compliance with the guidelines and avoid overburdening of the teachers? Our answer is here, majority, is to allocate additional ancillary tasks to other teachers who have lighter... Ha? Tama ba to? Advising. Okay lang naman. To other teachers who have lighter teaching load so that may include sa advising nila as part of their daily duties, no? Maintaining the balance where no single teacher is over fatigue or overwhelmed. Okay. Okay lang naman yung ancillary na sinasabi dito, no? On advising. Because one advisory is considered one subject. Tama ba? Or 1 hour? Yes? Or natanggal na din ang advising as part of the daily teaching? Sagot. Tinanggal nyo na ba ang advising as part of one teaching load? Or parte pa rin? Parte pa rin para hindi naman maging kawawa si teacher, no? Yung mga relieving teachers or yung mga kulang, they can be an advisor. Yan. Kung underload na sila. Sa elementary kasi, kailangan the subject teacher should be an advisor, no? Hindi naman pwedeng si TLE teacher lang, siya pang advisor. May ganun ba or they serve as co-advisors? Iba kasi ang scenario ng mga elementary, no? For secondary, they can be subject teachers can be an advisors. Pero sa elementary kasi, dapat ay subject teacher or yung advisor during the first period. Ganun. May mga internal agreements sila. Okay, you are required to compile a report on the implementation of the rationalization of teachers' workload in your school. What key elements should be included in your report to provide comprehensive review of the process and its outcome? A detailed account of the total number of teacher hours assigned to each teacher and the total number of teaching hours assigned to each teacher, the ancillary tasks undertaking. B, an analysis of the teacher's workload distribution, instances of teaching overload, and the, hindi na mabasa kasi, and the challenges. Since the question says, provide a comprehensive review so that the division office would know what's the actual situation of the school when it comes to distribution of loads. Summary of the feedback of teachers regarding the rationalization policy, the number of hours saved. Hindi rin, no? Saved kasi ang pinag-usapan doon. Comparison between teacher Financial statement, di naman, no? It should be an analysis of teachers' workload distribution as to what's the ratio, no? Between the master teachers, the teachers 1, 2, 3, and the head teachers. Next, you notice that some teachers in your school are frequently engaging in remedial classes beyond their regular teaching hours due to an increase in the number of struggling learners. And as principal, how should you ensure that, that these teachers are supported and fairly compensated while they are adhering to the guidelines? Assign additional teaching assistants, encourage teachers to volunteer, implement a rotation system where different teachers take turns in conducting the remedial classes, or allow teachers to schedule remedial classes within their regular teaching hours. Pwede ba yun? To their regular teaching hours, thereby, okay, remedial classes should be not also pull out, no? Kawawa naman kung sabihin yung pull out during their classes tapos tatanggalin mo sila to conduct your remedial. Wag naman, no? It should be planned. Kaya nga sa aral program, no, there's a specific time. Hindi lang basta-basta hugutin yung bata. There's the time, no? So, you can have to take turns conducting the remedial and provide a compensation plan for the hours. Or, if not compensation, mas gusto kasi nga pinipili ang teachers ng service credits, no? Rather than compensation. You are preparing a report to the central office on the implementation of the rationalization policy. The report requires a comprehensive assessment of both the workload distribution and the impact on teachers' student outcomes. What key elements should be included in the report? Impact ito, no? Detailed statistics on the number of teaching hours assigned, overview of the implementation process including the challenges, financial narrative account of the experiences of few. Okay, it should be the overview of the implementation process, including the challenges to overcome. And naglaban itong si detailed statistics on the number of teaching hours signed, frequency of overload occurrences, and the exact compensation distribution. CB naman, overview of the implementation process, including the challenges faced, the strategies employed to overcome these challenges, and the implementation outcomes. Which one should be better part of the evaluation? To you, better for A. What's the question again? What key elements should be included in the report requiring comprehensive assessment of both the workload distribution and impact on teacher performance and student outcome? Detailed statistics of the number. Impact on the teacher performance and student outcomes. In A, can you glean from the report about the statistics on the number of teaching hours assigned, their overload occurrences, and the exact compensation? Will this provide you a result on the teacher's performance and learning outcomes? Okay, that's your decision based on the question. Then here, the overview of the implementation process. You talk about the implementation process, were there provisions or regulations stated in the DepEd order were followed, no? That's the implementation. And it also includes the challenges faced by the teachers with underload or overload or those who experience as such. And the strategy that the school head employed to overcome these challenges. So which one would be better when it comes to providing evaluated outcomes? Si Ma'am Rasmin says it's A. What about the others? Yes. Ma'am Belen, si B. Who else? Si Sir Zandy says A. A din siya. Sige na, please, don't be shy. What's your answers so that we can weigh both ends? Si A is detailed. It's research based, it's data driven. Yun yung mga kwan natin, wisdom sa A. Research based, data driven, actual results. For B, it's just a passing or a simple report because it's a term for overview. Okay, now I want everybody to please agree to disagree that our answer key should be letter A. Para palitan natin. Mag-key in lang kayo dyan sa comment box kung A or B. Sige na. A, din si Ma'am Marilyn. B, si Ma'am Mayan. Si Renkai's A. Mas active dito sa YouTube. Okay, let's read Dip and Order number 5, series of 2024 to enlighten us with this. Thank you, Ma'am Mayan. Yan. Okay na, so detailed is the clue word or the more emphasizing statement rather than overview. Sige, let's recheck that answer key together. Wala nang sisihan na pinalitan na natin. 26 from the Google Meet. Okay na kayo, ah? Walang sumasagot. Nasaan sila? Okay, agree na daw. Next, you are preparing a report and another report to the Central Office on the implementation on the rationalization policy. The report requires comprehensive... Ito ba yun? Oo, ito pala. Next, we go to the caselet of Miss Cruz. Miss Cruz, a public school teacher, is often asked to handle additional class advising duties due to shortage of staff. She has been managing her regular teaching hours at 6 hours and class advising. So magiging 7. As principal, how should you ensure that her extra efforts are recognized and properly compensated according to the guideline? Siguro teacher 1, 2, 3 si Miss Cruz, no? Okay lang kasi sa master teacher yung full-time. Pero dito, allow Miss Cruz to claim the vacation service credit for her class advising duties and ensure that these credits can be, ano yung last? Sa inyo nakikita, no? Compensate Miss Cruz with an additional monetary allowance equivalent to the time she spends on class advising. Reassign some of Mrs. Cruz's tasks to other teachers to balance her workload and provide a formal and our answer key is D. ensure that Miss Cruz class advising duties are included in her regular teaching load. Tama naman. And treat the advising time as equivalent to a class hour duty. Pero wala itong remuneration or an action after it being included in a regular teaching load and treat advising as equivalent. Ano na after, no? Kasi magiging overload na si Miss Cruz for 7 hours teaching. Dapat may lagay na service credit, no? Sinong sumagot sa D? Or A or D ang magiging answer key natin? Tama? Hindi kasi natin makita kung ano. Ayan, and advising time, entry as advising. Si D kasi walang assurance after. Kailangan ma-consider yung kanyang extra hours. Basahin nga natin kapag magiging extra at wala nang kukuha kung overload na si Mrs. Cruz. Please help me find the answer key if it is A or D. What's your final answer? A or D? Ha? D. Dog. We stick to the answer key, dog. Sinong maka-open dito? Yung sa last statement nito, baka nandyan yung answer key to support para hindi na tayo pupunta sa A. Ensure that Mrs. Cruz class advising you this. Ah, okay. So D nga. Okay, next. Di kasi mabasa. Totoo na you have 6 actual classroom teaching but still you have to stay in the office for the rest of 8 hours. And the rest of the 2 hours will be entitled for you to do the other related teaching. No? The other term is teaching related activities. Mr. Santos, a master teacher has been designated to coach and mentor new teachers as part of his role. Now, this often requires him to work beyond his regular 8-hour workday. How should you handle the additional responsibility to ensure compliance with the policy and fair compensation stated in the O5? Compensate Mr. Santos with additional pay for the extra hours spent. Recognize his coaching and mentoring as part of the ancillary. This will be recorded as sa inyong IPCRF as plus factor, no? Plus factor. And pwede din siyang ma-provide ng vacation service credit because of his worthy. Kaya pwede yung mga coaching mentoring ninyo should be documented, no? Mag-seek kayo ng proposal. Lahat kasi dapat ay merong documents attached para ma-recognize siya as formal conduct. Hindi naman na pwedeng lahat ay puro yes or no or verbal, no? Kailangan meron din siyang karampatang ah, attachment or documents. The school is implementing a new remediation program. Paulit-ulit ito, no? What steps should you take to ensure that teachers are fairly compensated? Mostly ang nangyayari ngayon ay vacation service credits on top of the 15 day. On top pa siya, hindi siya regular 15. Dinadagdagan pa siya. So mas gusto nila rather than to have pay. Kasi yung pay may small computation siya. Maliit lang din ang total computation kapag nasa DepEd ka. Maganda kung nasa private ka, si mas maganda. Parang magiging kwan siya, ang tawag doon, consultancy. No? Ms. Mendoza is a teacher in charge performing administrative duties typically associated with a school head. Ito. Due to the recent increase in student enrollment, she also required to teach additional classes. How should you manage the workload to ensure compliance with the policy? Okay, for teacher in charge, you are given a maximum of 2 hours of teaching overload per day, ensuring that all the other teachers had been assigned first to a maximum teaching before you can be given for sa mga teacher in charge. Tuloy pa rin ba ngayon yung mga TICs ay meron pa rin silang COC or natanggal na din? Ma'am Miriam, tinanggal na ba yung COC sa mga teacher in charge? Especially kung napalitan na sila ng mga principals, cluster principals. Parang wala na, no? In-implement ba sa district nyo yon yung hindi na mag-COC si teacher in charge, TIC? Dahil meron ng principal cluster. Tama ba? Or maintained si TIC na entitled sa COC? Maintained ba? Sinong makasagot? Okay, remember that we are only working on with the provisions of the DepEd Order D05 of 2024. No? Ang ganda ng sinasabi dito na remunerations and grants for teachers and school heads. Yun lang kung may pangil ito. No? At sinusunod natin, maganda. Malaki ang impact nito sa para makatulungan ang mga teachers natin na overtime or na overload. Pero ngayon, most especially among senior high school teachers, kung mag-combine na naman ang Filipino and English dun sa communication, maraming ma-displace na naman na English teachers natin, no? Because yung, sa senior high school, merong English teachers na teaching and reading, merong ang daming subject kasi sa English, no? Sa senior high school. And even Filipino. Ngayon ay i-combine na yon yung time niya as core or subjects. So, yung non-fiction, yung reading and writing, matatanggal na lahat yun as core. So, yung magiging setbacks nito, yung senior high school core na English and Filipino. Maliban kung nandiyan kayo sa integrated school, pwedeng magturo si senior high school English sa junior. Kasi matatanggalan sila ng mga subjects after ng grade 12 ngayon. Sinong mga nasa high school dito, na-foresee nyo ba na magkaroon ng malaking impact yung pilot implementation natin or a full run of senior high school? Remember, ang daming tinanggal na core subjects at pinaghahalo na into five na lang or six ata no core. Five no? Core subjects na lang. Okay. Baka maraming magsibalikan na sa junior. Kawawa naman yung matanggal sa junior, sa senior. Si Ma'am Rosana sabi na retain pa rin yung COC. Buti naman. O, buti na retain. Okay. May COC pa rin. Narinig ko kasi noon na ima-manage na yung mga teacher in charge sa clustered principal. Kaya yung mga COCs mapupunta sa principal at si TIC mag-full time. Okay, yung sinabi ko, double check mga senior high school coordinators, mga head teachers, yung impact ng core sa teacher deployment ninyo soon, no? Kung matapos ang grade 12. Kasi syempre, the next school year is grade 11. Maalala niyo yung mga values education teachers natin noon na tinanggal ang mga ah, time allocations ng values na displaced sila, no? Ngayon naman, ang mga English and Filipino ang mawawalan ng ituturo because of the reducing number of core subjects. Ilan lang ang electives. Ilang subjects ang electives per core. Kasi magiging 7 subjects na lang eh. Okay. So kukuha si English teacher ng additional subjects. Sana hindi maging kawawa na naman ng mga language teachers natin or ibigyan nyo na lang sila ng mga remedial subjects. Okay? Ganun yung mangyayari. Hindi pa natin nasusolusyonan sa reading and numeracy. Iyon na siguro ang magiging solusyon para hindi nyo natanggalin ang mga teachers natin na magiging ang tawag doon? Overman na naman ang mga senior high school ng English, papalayasin nyo na naman sa school, saan na naman sila mapunta? Rather than na magiging excess teachers sila, ilagay nyo na lang sila sa remedial, no? Sa aral program. Kung pwede, ang senior high school sa aral. Kasi ang aral program hanggang grade 10 lang naman, no, junior. Siguro maaaring lagyan ng leeway na hanggang senior high school na ang mga aral program. Yan. Para hindi sila mawala sa school. Oo, magiging excess sila. Wala na silang ituro eh. Kokonti na lang ang core subjects tapos ang daming teachers. Kasi kailangan noon ng maraming English teachers kasi ang daming English nun eh. Fiction, non-fiction, reading and writing, ano pa? Yung yung basic pa na English communication, tawag doon, oral communication. Oo. Tapos ngayon, tinanggal lahat yun. Pinagdugtong na ang Filipino and English sa scheduling. Pag maghahati sila. Worst kung 30 minutes na lang ang English and the Filipino. Ano na may turo? Pagpasok pa lang ng 30. Anong maituturo mo pag 30 minutes lang? Pag motivation na lang sila ng pagkahaba-haba tapos subject. My gosh! Problema na nga ang English. Ang notion naman yan ay duplication of English subjects daw. Si pag fiction, nauulit din lang no, sa reading and writing na naman. Why not just a core subject? That's the wisdom of reducing all these subjects into one core subject. Ito, debatable na naman to, the school. How should this manage by overburdening of teachers to ensure compliance with the guidelines? Treat the additional activities as part of the teacher's regular teaching load and adjust their ancillary tasks to. Ma'am Raslin, please read the complete statement here that will proceed with our decisions as to we stay or remain A or we consider the B, C, D. Compensate teachers with extra pay for the time spent on additional activities. Provide teachers with vacation service credits for the time spent on additional activities. Implement a rotation system where teachers take turns in conducting an additional activities, ensuring a balance. Pakibasa yung complete statement sa options. Ito yung parang ano, additional program is the aral program, no? What should we do to manage this overburdening of teachers? CA, okay. Pasok naman. Okay, din si Steve. Okay. D is good, however, you cannot teach what you do not have. For example, for the aral program, ang underload ay si MAPE teacher or si music teacher ganun, no? Sila yung mga underload ngayon, ituturo mo sila ilagay mo sila as reading teachers but they are not ready to become reading teachers. Yun ang problema kasi, no? How can they teach if they don't know how to provide the process of reading? But actually, if they will be given a training or a specialized training to teach remedial reading or aral reading, pero mostly dun sa requirement nga ng aral ay kailangan kung anong specialization mo, kung science, math, and English sila dapat ang magturo, no? So rotational, walang obligation pag sinabing, oh, Monday ka, Tuesday ka sa mga underload na teachers. Hindi rin siya magiging solusyon no, sa pagsagot sa literacy and numeracy, si D. Si okay naman si C, okay din si A. Ang hirap ng decisions, no? Si A kasi walang nailagay na remunerations basta ang ilalagay diyan ay hindi magagalaw yung kanyang number of hours, no? But it will be treated as part of the regular teaching load, yung additional na as aral teacher. Okay yon, no? Because that's one agreement. Pero kapag nag-exceed ka kasi ng time after hour, for example, in the afternoon, meron dapat kaakibat na vacation service credits na kung overload ka na, no? So, we can consider A or C. Pero ano dyan ang mas substantial? Is it A or C? It's our answer, final answer. D, dog. Dog, Ma'am Raslin? Ha? You go for the dog. Sinod nyo. O kung talagang i-maximize yung time for underload and overload, maraming magiging underload kasi. So si nagiging regular pa rin yung kanilang aral program. Pag titingnan ninyo wala talaga palang ma-displace na teachers. Kaya nga nung nagpalista kami ng which schools are having overload na mga teachers, most especially English teachers and math teachers, wala namang nag-submit na they are overloaded. Kaya walang na-download na payment for overload. Kung stricto natin titingnan yung proper distribution of loads na kailangan hindi siya mag-exceed ng 6 hours. Maraming teachers pala na kulang pa rin, no? Yung kanilang mga daily teaching loads. Kaya hindi kami nakapag-download na mga request letters nila. Hinihingi din namin sa mga school principals who among the school principals or schools ang merong excess, no, for aral program. Wala din. Kaya regular teaching ang napunta. So we move to A. However, those mega schools na talagang hindi na maibigay sa iba ang load nila. So we move on to option C, no? Depende kasi sa situations and needs ng bawat schools. Okay, but then honestly speaking, the best option for this kind of item is on A. But I also respect kung yun ay na i-consider din sa school ninyo, no? So those who answered C, may points din naman yan na kaakibat, or si D, si Ma'am Raslin. May we hear the wisdom of Ma'am Raslin why you answered or stick to letter D, rotation system. Where's Ma'am Raslin na? You stick to D? Okay. Oo, yung rotation kasi kawawa naman si Mape kasi siya ang underload, magre-remedial sa aral. Eh hindi siya pasok sa requirements na dahil lang sa underload siya, mag-aaral program siya. Siya magtuturo sa aral. Sabi nga ni Ma'am Belen, ganun ang nangyari sa school nila. Kaya imbes na dumami ang mga graduate sa aral, mas mas hindi na-graduate dahil siyempre a-attend siya doon sa aral kasi may libro naman, ano Ma'am Belen, may libro silang gagamitin, may worksheets kasi and teachers pero reklamo sila ng reklamo dahil hindi naman yun yung pinag-aralan nila. No, that's not their specialization. And reading, as I said, is a science, no? Hmm. Hindi. Bawal. That's the number one na bawal. Kailangan iba. Okay. Ilista lang natin yung mga observations para mai-relay natin no after the assessment kung anong best pa talaga sa aral program. Kasi ka-implement lang natin. O ito na naman, mas malaki na naman si Gray with that of the green. Miss Ramirez, a new appointed teacher has been assigned additional teaching related tasks including acting as reading literacy coordinator. How should her additional responsibilities be managed, including the time spent on the teaching related? Okay, ancillary nga siya, no? Ensure that the teaching related tasks are performed outside her regular teaching hours and compensate her. Ang sagot kasi dito per COA is kapag nagsobra ka na ng 8 hours no beyond your duties as a professional or public school teacher, yun na yung makompensate. Pero kung hindi pa, that will still considered as teaching related tasks and it will serve as plus factor to your IPCR and for your performance bonus. Debatable pa rin kasi yan yung 6 hours teaching and additional 2 hours. What will happen na uuwi na ba si teacher after ng 6 hours niya? Hindi naman, no? They will still remain in their office. And ang makompensate lang talaga ay yung teaching relate, yung additional teaching hours load. Yun, ang makompensate. Yes, ma'am. Kasi meron kayong pan. May set B kayo. Wala na ba kayong shift 2? Second shift? Na-allow na sa inyo yon? 6 hours talaga? Ah, in Manila ata, ganun. Pero sa rural, Ma'am Raslin sa inyo and other teachers here, 8 to 5 tayo, di ba? 8 to 9, 9 to 10, 10 to 11, 11. Oo, 8 to 5 ang timing. Ang galing naman sa inyo, 6 hours talaga. Oh, good. Wala wala kayong second shift. Depende sa okay. Depende sa agreement na yan ng SDS ninyo. Kung nire-recognize din yan na you can work it at home, yung ancillary, then will do. Because the ancillary ay yung, yun nga, coordinatorship, lesson planning, development of instructional materials, and cooperative learning practices. Paano kayo mag-online na lang ba yung collaborative learning expertise sessions? Ini-schedule nyo sa... may specific time naman ng Monday and Thursday. Thursday ba? Wednesday? Friday ang kanyo? Di ba may specific schedule tayo? Monday and Thursday ata? I think. So, maaari nyo ding i-set sa schedule. Depende kasi yan sa mga boss natin, no? When they agree to that, na 6 hours. Sa amin kasi takot kami sa civil service, baka tanungin, you only rendered for 6 hours. Tama yung sabi na dapat ilagbook mo yung succeeding. Oo. Kasi doon sa DTR na sinasaynan natin, baka 8 to 5 pa rin yung sinusulat natin, no? Ah, hindi siya 8 hours. Okay? Iba din kasi ang bumabantay sa atin when it comes to this, that's the civil service, no? Compliance. Sige, mag-logbook na lang. No more problem dito. Sige. Majority. 19 against. How should the teaching load be calculated? Refer natin sa DO5 of 2024 on the computation. No, meron doon. She performs these activities beyond 8 hours workday. Hindi pa kasi natatanggal itong 8 hours per workday kasi, no? Kahit nga meron na tayong shift na 4 days and 1 day for work from home, kailangan pa rin natin i-maintain yung 8 hours a day. Pero depende na sa agreement. I'm not telling that that's wrong, hindi pwede, no? You have your own strategy to fulfill this 8-hour workday based on the knowledge, of course, and wisdom of your school head or the SDS. So long na in-approve, well, okay, no? Ito, Miss Linares is a class advisor managing a group of learners in grade 5. According to the policy, what are her class advising duties classified? Is it ancillary or part of the classroom regular teaching load? The answer here definitely is D. It's not C. Ito din. What type of learning space is defined? Blended learning. Blended is a combination of face-to-face and digital or online. Teaching environment as purely a virtual classroom. Both physical and virtual kasi, no? So A, we disregard na kasi purely virtual ang sabi. Mr. Reyes' teaching environment is defined as an alternative classroom. Hindi pa rin siya alternative because of the physical. Mr. Reyes' teaching environment as defined as a physical classroom. Tinanggal din yung virtual. Mr. Reyes' teaching environment is defined as still a classroom, no? Why is it still a classroom? Because you still manage your students' classroom behaviors and you still, no? Check their attendance, lahat-lahat kung anong ginagawa natin sa physical setup of the classrooms will remain to be the same process and the same activities that you handle them virtually. So, what is considered as a classroom? Tama ito. Okay, majority. So, medyo dalawa ang i-answer key natin na papalitan. Yes, part of the teaching load. We'll change the answer key yung dalawa. Are you ready for your next assessment or mock test? Kaya pa? 9:28. Hello? Nawala na ba ako sa ere?
Ito po, ma'am.
Bilang bahagi ng mas malawak at masusing reforma sa curriculum at academic recovery, isinusulong ng DepEd ang 3-term school calendar upang higit na mapahusay ang pag-aayos ng oras ng pagkatuto sa buong school year. Sa 3-term school calendar, hinahati ang school year sa 3 malinaw na termino. Sa ganitong sistema, mas maayos at balansing nakalatag sa buong taon ang academic, co-curricular, at extracurricular activities. Magsisimula ang school year sa opening block sa Term 1 para sa school readiness activities at baseline assessments. Masusundan ito ng uninterrupted instructional block kung saan walang kasabay na co-curricular at extracurricular activities ang pag-aaral. Panghuli, magkakaroon ng 2 linggong end-of-term block para sa academic recovery, assessment and grading, professional development, co-curricular activities, at wellness breaks. Kapag may class disruptions, maaaring gamitin ang bahagi ng end-of-term block para sa remediation activities and breakup classes. Hindi natin maiiwasan ang class disruptions, pero sa 3-term system, may tiyak na panahong nakalaan para sa tuloy-tuloy na pagkatuto. Sa mungkahing 3-term school calendar, mas magiging malinaw na ang structure at oras ng pag-aaral para sa dekalidad na pagkatuto at mas magaan na pagtuturo. Babae ka, ikaw ang liwanag. Sa bawat hakbang, lakas ay taglay. Sa kabila ng unos at agos, babae, ikaw ang hindi matitinag. Babae ka, hindi babae lang ang iyong mga pangarap. Abot langit sa bawat laban, sa bawat tagumpay. Sa mundo, ikaw ang ilaw at gabay. Babae ka, puno ng tapang. Sa bawat hamon, ikaw ay tatag. Ang mga kamay mo'y may himala. Lumikha ng mundo ng pagbabago at pag-asa. Babae ka, iyong boses ay malakas. sa tahanan at lipunan, ikaw ay inspirasyon. Mula sa bawat hakbang, ikaw ang leader. Tagapagbukas ng daan tungo sa bukas. Babae ka, hindi babae lang ang iyong mga pangarap. Abot langit sa bawat laban, sa bawat tagumpay. Sa mundo, ikaw ang ilaw at gabay. Babae ka, may tapang na wagas. Kahit anong pagsubok, ikaw ay magsisilbing guro. Magtuturo ng kabutihan at pag-asa. Sa mundo, ikaw ang tagapagtaguyod ng pag-ulan. Babae ka, hindi babae lang ang iyong mga pangarap. Awag langit sa bawat laban, sa bawat tagumpay. Sa mundo, ikaw ang ilaw at gabay. Hindi lang sa tahanan, ikaw ay di kwento. Babae, ikaw ay leader, ikaw ay guro. Sa bawat larangan, ikaw ay makikita. Babae, sa iyo ang kapangyarihan ng pagbabago. Babae ka, hindi babae lang, laban tagumpay. Ikaw ang pinagmumulan. Babae ka, at walang katulad sa'yo ang lakas ng buong
si Sir Herman. Please join our GC, Sir Herman. Meron po tayong GC. Yes po. 0950308001. Nash, yes. Ayan. Ang GC. Send ko po yung link. Paki-click po ito.